Hello students, so we discussed on the decision tables and the example which is based on the decision tables. Okay, so what is the decision table or what is the basic idea behind the decision table? A decision table, it is a very good decision technique where an user is trying to consider the multiple combinations of input with their associated output, which are very required for the considering the complex business logics and the rules. Okay, so now we need to consider that how to write the test cases. Okay, how to write the test cases for that purpose. Okay, so when we are going to trying to write the test cases for that purpose, now consider the test cases. Okay, see the first case. Now what we are having, now I am again going to say you the simple example. We are having a one application. Now within that application we are having the two input fields. First input field is there for entering the username. Now the second input field is there for entering the password. Okay, so when we are having these two input fields, we are again having a one button. Now this button is required over there when if the user has entered both the things correctly, the user should be get redirected to the home page. But if any one of the thing is false or both the things are false over here, that is nothing but the username and the password, then the error message will be get displayed to the user. What? The error message will be get displayed to the user. So this is the example. Now for that purpose, how the decision table we have considered over here. See, if both the input, that is nothing but the username and the password, if both the correct, it will be get redirected to the home page. If any one of the false is there, then the error message. If the first false, second true, then also the error message. If both are the false, then also the error message will be get displayed to the user. Now simply it is nothing but if both the inputs are true, if both the conditions are true, then and then only it will be get redirected to the home page. So for that purpose, for better understanding, we are going to consider the interpretation of the decision table by considering the different test cases. Now what are the test cases over here? Now consider the first test cases. Now in the first test cases, we need to consider that the username and the password. The username and the password both were wrong. What I am going to tell you that if the username and the password both are wrong, see how to write the test cases, you need to consider it very appropriately. Why? Because after that in the 6th semester you are going to develop your projects, and according to that you need to generate the different types of test cases. You need to understand it for developing an application very appropriately or very betterly as per the customer's requirement. So when we are having, when the users is entered the wrong username and the wrong password, now which is the F and F. F and F means what? A false. False means what? Incorrect username and the password. Now if both the username and the password fields are incorrect, then what will be get happen? Then we are going to consider that the error message will be get displayed to the user. What it is going to be displayed to the user? An error message is going to be displayed to the user. Okay, so this is the first thing we need to consider over here. Okay, now the next is what? See, this is the first test case. Now second test case is what? Consider that the username was correct. What? The username was correct, but the password is wrong. Now see, this is the first test case. Now we consider that. Okay, both are the false. Okay, this is the first test case. What? If both the username and the password is false. Now what is the second? Okay, the username was correct, but the password is not correct, or the password was wrong. Now consider over here. This is the second test case. What? The username was correct, but the password is correct or the false, then what it is going to be displayed to the user? Then we are going to say that the user is having an error message. Why? Because the system should not be get entered inside that. Okay? If the user is trying to click on this login button, he is going to get an error message. It should not be get accepted by the system, and this is nothing but the verification and the validation process. Actually, we need to consider when we are developing any application. After, if we are not going to do this, then it is not a secure application. It is not a secure application. We can say that. So, what we are having? We are having the correct username and the false password. What we are having? We are having the correct username and the false password. Now, if it is there or the wrong password is there, then the user is going to get the error message. Okay, now this is the second test case. Now, consider the third test case where the username is wrong. Where the username is wrong and the password is correct. Where the username is wrong and the password is correct. Now, if the username is wrong and the password is correct, then what will we get again? Again, it should not be get login. Why? Because this is also not the specified. What we have specified, if both the fields or if both the input values are true, then and then only that page will be get redirected to the home page. Okay, so if both are if the username is what? If the username is wrong and the password is correct. If the username is wrong and the password is incorrect, then what will be get happen again? The error message will be get displayed to the user. Then the error message will be get displayed to the user. This is the third test case which we need to consider. Okay. Now consider again the fourth test cases. Now almost we done. See, if both are false, error message. If first is false, second is true, then also the user is going to get the error message. If the username is correct and the password is wrong, then also user is going to get the error message. Now what is remain over here? Only the one condition we need to check if both the things are correct. Now see, what is the fourth test case over here? We need to consider that when an user is entered the correct username and the correct password, then where it will get redirected? Then when an user is going to click on this login button, the page will be get redirected to the home page. Now this is the fourth test case. Okay, so this is the simple interpretation which we need to consider when we are designing a decision table for the black box testing. And basically it is required for only the complex business rule. Business rules we need to consider over here. Complex business rules are there. Complex business logics which we need to consider. Okay, to design an application. Okay, so this is the thing. Now, see, when we are going to or while we are going to convert these test cases, we can create two scenarios. Why? Because we need to convert these test cases into our development phase. Now, when we are going to develop an application, we need to convert these test cases into the two scenarios. Now, what are the two scenarios we need to consider over here? See, enter the correct username and the correct password. What? Entering the correct username and the correct password and click on the login page. Okay? Then the expected result will be get user should be get navigated. Means what? The expected result will be get by the user, and that is nothing but the user is going to be redirected or the navigated to the home page. This is the first thing we need to consider. Why? Because we are going to design or develop the four test cases. What are the four test cases? If both the inputs are correct, then it will be get redirected to the home page. If first input is correct and second input is wrong, then it is not going to be redirected to the home page. It is going to show you, or it is directly going to show the error message to the user. Okay. Now consider that if the first is false and the second is true, means what? The username is false but the password is correct, then what will be get happen? Then also the error message will be get displayed to the both are false, then what will be get happen? Again the error message will be get displayed. So for that, when we need to convert these test cases, we need to consider the scenarios, how to develop it, how to design it. So what is the first? Entering the correct username and the password and click on the login, and the expected results will be the shown to the user, okay, which is nothing but it should be get navigated to the home page. Where it should be get navigated? It should be get navigated to the home page. Now second, okay, so and one from the below, any one of them will be get happen. Why? Because these three are considered for the false things, error message. Now for that false, we need to consider again any one of the three scenarios which may be happen, okay, when the user is working with that application. So what is the first scenario for that? Now enter the wrong username and the wrong password. What? Entering the wrong username and the wrong password, okay, and click on the login, and the expected result will be the user should get an error message. What is the expected result? Expected result over here, the user must have to get an error message. Then we can say that this application, this program is written very appropriately as per the requirements of the customer. Okay, now this is the first scenario which we need to consider for the error message. Now the second scenario for the error message is what? Entering the correct username and the wrong password. Entering the correct username and the wrong password and click on the login. Okay, and the expected result will be the user should get an error message. Expected what? The user should get an error message. Now why this should be get happen? Why? Because the user is trying to enter in the wrong password here, over here. He is not entering the correct password. What he is going to enter the correct username, and what is the wrong? The password is wrong. So if the correct username, see, if the correct username and the false is there, password is there, the error message should be get displayed to the user. Now this is the second scenario which we are going to consider for the error message. Now the third scenario for the error message is what? Entering the wrong username. What? Entering the wrong username and the correct password and click on the login, and the expected result will be the user should get an again error message. These are the three scenarios or three sub scenarios which comes under the error message. Which comes under the error message. Why? Because the error message may be depend on anything. It may be depend on that first input is true, second is false. Then also error message. If first input is false, second is true, then also error message. And if both the inputs are false, then also they are going to get an error message. So when we are trying to convert the test cases, okay, into the development phases, we are going to consider or we are going to convert that test cases into the two scenarios. What are that two scenarios we need to consider over here? First is what? Entering the correct username and the password and clicking on the login button. The expected result should be that the user will get redirected to the home page. Now what is the second scenario? In this second scenario we need to consider the again three sub scenarios. Within that, what is the first is there? If the user has entered the wrong username and the wrong password. If the user has entered the wrong username and the wrong password, then what will be get happen if he is going to click on the login button? Then error message, the expected result is what the user should get an error message. It will not be get redirected to any page. It should not be get happen over there. Now the second sub scenario which we are going to consider for the error message, that is nothing but if the user is trying to enter the correct username and the wrong password, and if he is going to click on the login button, then the expected result is nothing but they are going to get the error message. Now the next scenario or the third sub scenario which is considered for the error message, that is nothing but if the user has entered the wrong username and the correct password. If the user has entered the wrong username and the correct password, then what will be get happen? If he has entered the wrong username and the correct password, then we are going to consider that the error message should be get displayed to the user. The error message should be get displayed to the user. So this is the scenario which we are going to consider for the decision tables, or for rather converting the decision tables test cases into the development basis. Now this is the main thing which we needed to consider for the decision table interpretation, test cases and all these things. Okay, so this is the overall all about the decision tables. Now such a type of questions like write a note on the decision tables, write a note on the boundary value analysis, write a note on the positive and negative testing, write a note on the requirement testing. It may be get asked for you for the 5 marks or 2 marks, or rather all these things. Still there are the 4 to 5 remaining black box testing techniques are there. Okay, and that black box testing techniques may be get considered for the 10 marks also. Why? Because it is a very long questions which will be get asked in the university question papers. We are going to consider. Okay, what are the black box testing techniques are there, and there are the many more. Okay, still there are the 4 techniques which we are which we are going to see in the next session. But we covered up to what? We covered the requirement based testing, we covered the positive and negative testing, we covered the boundary value analysis, we covered with the decision tables, and simultaneously the example which are associated with these techniques, which are very important or which are very easy for you to understand. So this is up to the decision table. So in the next sessions we are going to focus on the next technique of the black box testing. Okay.